we are going to be going live. Are you going to be live with me?
I'm with
Because
you.
we're live.
Oh, hello. Welcome to this week's late night episode of TV Tuesday, exclusively on YouTube. Make sure you check out our website, hollywoodmatrimony.com. Thank you for watching us right now on YouTube. You can also find us on Facebook at Hollywood Matrimony, on the Instagram at Hollywood Matrimony, and on the Twitter at Hollywood Matter, MATR.
Is it really classified as the late night now, since this is just the time of it now?
Yeah, have we been doing it around 10?
No, this is the first time we've done it at the late night.
Well, it
Proper
is late
time.
night then.
But this is the new time.
Oh, it is going to be around this 9:30, 10 Central.
Because of this one's work schedule change.
Well, and because of this one comes home late from work. It's happening.
My schedule didn't change, so it's your fault. Whose fault is it?
It's yours.
It's yours because
We
you're
could do TV Wednesday,
that doesn't make
but that
any
doesn't make
sense.
any sense.
You're a dumb woman.
What about watching Wednesday?
That's stupid. You don't change things just because you
Watcher
mess.
Wednesday?
I'm going to punch you in the throat.
Like Buffy the
All
Vampire
right, so
Slayer had
this
Watchers?
week's episode, if you've never seen this show, we just talk about random TV shows, stuff that we're watching, stuff we like watching. We're now getting back into all new season stuff starting to return this week. A few have returned before that, but so we'll be talking about some new seasons of stuff, as well as some news about TV shows. I don't know if there's some old TV shows. I don't know what else to talk about. So what you got for us?
You never know what I'm going to talk about.
Yeah, because she doesn't even know what she's going to talk about.
All right. So the first show I'm going to start with is A Very Brady Renovation on HGTV.
Oh my God.
So the Brady Bunch house went up for sale and HGTV purchased it. And now a lot of our HGTV stars are on there. So the mom and daughter team from Good Bones, the Property Brothers, the Fords.
I feel like you waste so much of your life.
The flea market flip lady, all these our HGTV celebrities are there. And they have all 6 of the Brady kids are there too, babe. And they are.
I thought one of them died.
No.
You sure it's all 6 of the Brady kids?
It's
Because I'm pretty sure
6.
one of them died of a drug overdose.
No.
Yeah.
Are you sure it's not a partridge?
No, I thought it was one of the Brady.
Because the 6 kids are there.
Are you
Alice
sure?
and Florence Henderson, I think, is gone.
Florence Henderson.
Wasn't that the mom?
Florence Henderson, isn't she the one from Jeffersons?
Oh, who am I thinking?
Or is it Florence Henderson?
It is. Oh my gosh.
Who was in the Jeffersons? Oh, that's still my. No.
Now you're mess. Anyways, so when we looked that up, you're such a mess.
I don't know anymore. I just can't believe this show exists.
Florence Henderson, Robert Reed, and Ann Davis.
Robert Reed's dead.
Yes, isn't Florence Henderson dead?
I think so.
Okay, and Ann Davis, who played Alice. So all that's left are the 6 kids, and all 6 kids are on the show.
No, I don't think one of those kids is the right kid.
Babe, they're on the show. I just watched it today.
I think that one of them was
an imposter.
Yeah, an imposter.
No. Anyways, they're all there.
I don't know why this show exists.
So the exterior of the house is all we ever saw on the show. All the interiors were shot on a sound stage.
Right, like most shows.
Yes. So they're actually gutting the entire house and making it look like the original house on the show.
Vader, even won't you stop talking about it?
So what they've done is they've had to go on like this massive search to find anything from the show. Luckily, we had some of the Brady movies.
So they're trying to use the actual stuff that was used on the sets and stuff?
So,
oh my God, those Brady movies are awful.
I know, but they had some of the furnishings and the paint colors and a lot of that stuff. A lot of it they're just having to refabricate. And it's actually really interesting. If you go find it, it's called A Very Brady Renovation.
Why does everything have to be a very Brady? It was always a very Brady Christmas, a very Brady sequel, a very Brady crack deal.
It doesn't matter.
Whatever. It's always a very Brady.
But it's so cool now how they're using technology. Like they're using 3D printers to make things. They are actually printing the wallpapers. Like they're designing it and then printing it. It's so cool how they're doing these things now. And then they actually put out like a worldwide search here for anybody that had things from the show. And so there were some people that send in things that like, oh, I have this from the show, or I bought it from so and so. And so it's awesome.
I somehow think that is not the word to describe that.
It is. So
it sounds miserable.
It's on right now on HGTV.
Okay.
And you should check it out.
If you like the Brady Bunch, get on there.
Well, if you like HGTV, because all your HGTV people are there.
This is true. I just don't get it. Here's my thing is, I know I watch stuff that people don't get to. I just don't understand the enjoyment of those shows.
Because it makes
Like,
me want to flip a house.
Look, see, you like the idea of not having it, like getting the money and being involved in telling people how to make things. You don't want to do actually any work.
I wouldn't mind.
Honey, we tried to start a remodel a house and you did nothing. You ripped the carpet up off her floor.
I did my piece.
Hold on. We weren't even working in that room. She just decided, oh, you're tearing up the bathroom? Then I'm going to destroy the living room and rip the carpet out of our old living room. And then it sat that way for like a year and a half with just concrete.
It was awesome.
It wasn't awesome. It was horrible. It looked horrible.
Because I don't like carpeting.
Okay, I get that. But I also don't like living like we're homeless.
That's not homeless. You can stay in the concrete and it looks beautiful.
But you didn't.
I don't know how to do that, babe.
That was the problem. The problem wasn't what you could do.
That was for you.
No, but I never said I was going to do that.
Well, you did.
You're the worst HTV person.
HGTV.
Whatever. You don't even get the G. You're just HTV. You're just house TV. That's all you get. You're just a house. You don't get any of the, what does the G stand for?
Home and garden.
You didn't even get a garden. We had weeds at that house. That was 2 houses back before Blakey Manor, where we're at now.
Mm-hmm.
We've moved on up.
Moving on up.
We didn't move to the east side, though.
To the lake side.
That's right. We're in the Spring Tree Estates.
Yes, we are. Don't tell people. They're going to come find us.
You know me.
We don't take riffraff here. Next.
What are you?
Your turn.
This is like the second thing like in the last few days with riffraff. She dropped something else the other day, like she was 85 years old. What was it?
Golly G?
No. It was something when I was driving yesterday, you said, and it sounded like I don't remember. You heard like people or something.
Bless her heart?
No. It was not your normal crap. It was just something you said that sounded like my grandmother would say. Or like if somebody in that time period, my eyes are burning.
I don't know. Okay, go with your show, and then we'll go back and forth. Next.
Okay, well, I don't have an actual specific show that I watched this week. A lot of it was stuff we watched together.
Okay.
Because I've been doing a lot of catch up for the review stuff for the site.
Yes.
So I haven't watched a lot of stuff that was just for me to watch. Like I finished Hip Hop Evolution, which we already talked about on the show. The Ranch, which talked about on the show. Those were like my shows. Everything else I've been watching, like I'm watching 911 right now to get ready for the new season.
Well, and I started the new season of 911 today. It's so far it's good.
Because I know they're dealing with like a tidal wave or a tsunami or something.
Yeah, so I'm almost done.
Is Ronda Rousey there yet?
I haven't seen her
yet. I don't know when she shows up.
So don't spoil it for people, but that was the big news that Ronda Rousey was joining the cast.
And she almost lost her finger on the show.
That was nasty. But,
that was
so the
cool.
first episode is available now. It's on Fox and or on Hulu.
And Friends. But yeah, most of the shows I've been watching is either stuff that returned and watched together or the stuff. So like one, I don't remember the name of it, but it was like a Netflix special about the Mexican singers in prison, in Folsom Prison.
Oh, I was so good.
I don't remember the name of their. I hate calling Mexican singers but I don't remember the name of the band.
It's Los Tigres del Norte. Go to.
That's
Folsom
exactly what
prison.
I said.
Los Tigres. They go to Folsom Prison.
The Tigers that go to Folsom Prison.
The Tigers, yes, you can call them
Tigers.
The Tigres del Norte.
Yes, if you don't know what Folsom Prison is,
awesome.
because you might be too young to know what that talks about. Outside of being in prison, that's where a very famous Johnny Cash concert took place, and he actually sang a song about Folsom Prison.
And
it's an iconic song.
Yeah, and then I actually was reading, there was a book about it. They did some interviews and stuff about the experience or about him going.
Johnny Cash?
Yes. So, yes, this is so interesting. It was the 50th anniversary of that concert. The Tigres go and they're playing a concert there because now you're like, I wonder if there's lots of Mexicans there. And it is. The population
it's like
has
predominantly
shifted.
Mexican.
And it's predominantly people that are Mexican or from Latin countries are in this prison, unfortunately. And it's interesting that as they talk, they do some songs and talk to the people and some songs and talk to the people. And it's so interesting to me that, oh my goodness, there's cats fighting underneath the couch.
Oh, dear Lord.
It's interesting to me that a lot of those people are actually illegal and they got caught doing something. So now they're in jail. So
which makes no sense why they haven't deported them.
Exactly. Like, why wouldn't you just immediately?
We could get into the whole immigration thing and everything, but if you commit a crime and you're arrested, then you would think that's an automatic deportation, not put in our prison system.
Well, because there was that one girl where they detained her, she did her time, and then they deported her. So it's like a double whammy. And there's going to be the haters who are like, well, they deserve it. Which, fine, if that's what you think.
I'm not saying they don't deserve to be in jail if they committed a crime, but it doesn't make sense that they're being housed in an American prison and paid for with our taxpayer dollars.
Yeah, paid by
If you're going to throw a fit about illegals, then they should be deported back and given to the police there, and then they can determine if they want to serve for their crime or whatever. I also know there's a double-edged sword. It's like, well, they need to serve for their crime they committed here. But I'm like, isn't that the punishment to send them back? If they don't want to go back.
I thought that would be it.
Anyway,
what do we know?
I know nothing about this band. I just saw we were scrolling. I saw it. I'm like, she'll probably want to watch this because it's Spanish people singing songs that don't go with the beat very well.
It all goes with the beat. Where did we see it? Was it Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
So go check it out.
It was good.
Tigres. They go to Folsom Prison. If you don't know anything about the Tigres,
they're like the Rolling Stones of Mexican music.
They have been around since 1968. Yeah. It's a group of brothers and a cousin, and they are like a big deal in Mexican music. Like, this is traditional Mexican music, and what you would kind of maybe equate to country music, where they tell a lot of songs and stories.
They tell a lot of songs.
Well, I'm sorry, a lot of stories within their songs. So somebody
there's guys in that prison on that show. They're like holding up signs and singing along with it. And they know the music in and out.
They were going.
There's this
crazy.
One specific guy they kept cutting to.
Yeah,
and he knew every song, and he was belting it out too.
Big time. It was
big
awesome.
Time.
He had a big time. And he had a sign, and they were dancing. It was awesome. I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of that type of music.
You gotta tell your dad about that.
But
whatever.
I don't think he would like that.
Well, not to watch it, but he knows them, doesn't he?
Everybody knows who they are.
I didn't.
You're not Latin.
Then not everybody. Then not everybody knows. So
but any Mexican or Latin
but that's
person
not what you
will
said.
know
You said everyone knows.
There's some big groups that you just know who they are.
You said everyone.
Okay.
Am I not part of everyone?
Anyway.
All right. So what else you got?
All right. Next thing, I was watching the premiere of The Voice came on yesterday. This is the first time ever in Voice history that Adam Levine is not there.
No.
He was upset last season. It was visible, and then the reports came out that towards the end of the show, they changed kind of the way they do the game, and so you can challenge people.
It's time to play the game.
And if you challenge people directly, your person immediately gets knocked out. Well, he lost all of his people. And there was still like...
It sounds to me like he sucked last season.
Well, no. I think he just didn't strategize well. And so towards the end of the show, he had no one. And so the rumor is that he didn't want to be there, but they were forcing him under contract. So it was a whole ordeal.
It's called a job.
So now this year we have Blake is back. We have Gwen Stefani back.
They're still a couple, right?
They are. John Legend, who last season was his first season, and he won on his first try, and Kelly Clarkson's back. So that's our panel of judges.
And she has a new talk show.
Yes, she does. So that's also a TV Tuesday thing. So you should go check out The Voice. It just started. You're not behind. You're in time to sign up on the app and start picking your team. The Voice on NBC, also on Hulu. Next.
Dear God, man.
I watch a lot of junk.
You do, man, God. I'm not saying everything I watch is great, but good Lord, man, you watch so much reality crap. So the other one this has been on for a little bit, but we finally tried out Carnival Row.
Yes.
Which is an Amazon series starring Orlando Bloom and Cara Delevingne.
What's that?
Delabate. I don't know how to say her last name.
Anyway, she's cute.
It's basically like this.
I like her.
This world, and there's like fairies and I guess monsters and stuff, and I was really bored.
Well, see, and then yesterday I watched the second episode, so I've already gotten into it. I'm digging it.
Right. I was looking forward to watching it, and I don't know what it just wasn't connecting. I don't know why.
Was it because, like my dad say, I don't understand when they speak British?
No.
My dad doesn't get it. No. And it's so funny because my dad has an accent.
Yeah, it's a horrible accent.
He can't understand other accents. It's hilarious to me.
No, I don't know what it was because I dig some of the stuff about that time period. The whole vibe made me think a lot of like Penny Dreadful.
Yeah.
And I love that show. And while I'm not a big fan of fairies, I do like fantasy, sci-fi stuff. And so I thought, man, I'm gonna be all in. A lot of people I know like the show, so I'm like, this can be kind of a thing I'll probably really dig. And then, sorry, there's a cat attacking something on the floor. I don't know. It was just I just felt It was to the point where I stopped paying attention. That's how bored I got.
And as soon as the first episode ended, he's like, "Well, I'm out." Go
Yeah,
ahead.
it was just, and it's not because like if they were ever to send me a copy for review, which is a possibility, I would sit back and watch it again.
It was
if
good.
I have nothing else to watch, I go back and try to finish it.
It's essentially a detective show.
I get picky and choosy what I watch now because I have to watch so much crap. So if I'm not fully engaged, then I'm probably not going to stick with it because it's just like I have stuff that I love that I haven't finished.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to stick with shows that just, if I have to struggle to get through it, like I felt the way I felt on this show about the first season of Game of Thrones, where it took me about 7 times to get through that first episode before I finally got sucked in to Game of Thrones.
It's so funny. You always get stuck on one episode of some show.
I watched the first episode of Game of Thrones numerous times, and I finally was like, this show sucks. It's horrible. And then HBO sent me the first season. I sat down and said, okay, I gotta fight through this, and then I'm gonna give it a horrible review. And I was like, okay, it sucked me, and I got it. And then about halfway through, I'm like, I hate this show. There's just too much going on. It's too much.
It's too many
so
people.
I stayed with it till the end, out of loyalty, I guess, because I was stuck with it that long.
Yeah, at that point, you just gotta finish it.
I'm one of those people that I will rarely give up on a show halfway through it. I will stick it out, even if it's a bad episodes. I'll kind of let them play in the background and just make sure I see the important stuff and stick out until they pull it off the air. Because I'm like, I committed 3 seasons to this. I'm going to keep watching. It's very rarely I stop. So I try to make a decision within the first 2 episodes. And you've done that on some stuff like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and things like this that you kind of were out right away. There was a couple of seasons of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. I should have been out, but I stuck with it.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, you just finish it. But
yeah.
I'm watching Carnival. I like it. It's essentially a detective show. Orlando Bloom is now trying to catch like a serial killer, basically, in this weird fairyland. So that's all it is. It's good. Check it out. It's on Amazon Prime.
All right.
What else you got?
Excuse
me. You want me to go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Also, The Good Doctor is back on ABC and or Hulu.
You haven't watched the new season yet.
I have started the new season. Cool. I watched the episode today.
I'm behind on that one. That was another one that I enjoy the show. I really do. But it was one of those that I have other stuff I would rather watch. That's kind of one of those go-to shows when I'm done with my other stuff. I'll go watch it, you know.
Yeah, well, so I like Good Doctor. I love what's his name, and the main dude. I wish I had the info. Oh well.
She got a new phone. She doesn't know how to work.
I don't know how it works yet. I like Good Doctor. It's the guy from the show. You know what I'm talking about. Bates Motel. And he was also in...
He's in a lot of stuff.
Something really good that I don't remember.
What is the kid in Finding Neverland?
Maybe so. I don't know.
Anyway, it doesn't matter.
Oh, well. Anyways, the main dude, Freddie Highmore. Yeah. That kid. Okay. Such a good show. This season, we're dealing with more doctor stuff. Now they're third-year residents. They're going to be allowed to assist in some simple surgeries.
Oh my God.
We're still dealing with the after effects of his friend / mentor dealing with his illness. He's trying to start dating now, so that's kind of a new thing this season. So there's just a lot happening with him. So there you go. Check it out. The Good Doctor on
Fox.
ABC. ABC or Hulu if you're like me. I'm giving you the network names.
Disney Network.
In case you're still on the old cable box.
Tonight we actually watched 2 new shows.
Yeah, so fun.
I'm sorry if I look really bored. I'm like just tired.
Spruce it up. Got a little bit more to go.
I was partially sick over the weekend, so my body's still kind of in and out. Anyway, hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Nonsense. Okay. There's the 3rd spin-off film series from I'm a big fan of the show Blackish. I've been watching it from day one. Mm-hmm. You bailed on the 1st season.
I listened to it off and on and watched it. It is a good show.
It's a great show. She bailed on it on the 1st season. Then it did a spin-off series called Grownish that's on Freeform, I believe. It follows the older daughter when she went off to college. It's kind of its own thing now because he caught her smoking weed and hooking up with some guy, and so he cut her off.
Yeesh.
So they don't even talk to her right now.
Okay.
So the whole last season, like periodically try to call. I think he finally talked to her mom in one episode. But anyway, so now they have a third spinoff series. It's actually back on. That's ABC as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Yes.
Called Mixed Dish, that is following the mother, Rainbow Johnson, and her childhood, where because she was from a mixed family, but they were also from a commune cult lifestyle, and so that's always been a running joke in Blackish, because his mom always makes fun of her about being mixed, or calling her a white lady, or talking about the weirdness of her life, or she'll say something or she'll respond to something he says and has no idea what he's talking about because of her sheltered lifestyle. So it was interesting to see this new show and how they did it. It's very much like Young Sheldon, but for Blackish.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
I liked it. I thought it was really good. I mean, we've only seen the first episode, but already we're dealing with what to do when the kids are asking these questions of, am I white or am I black, or what should I go with? Because if I feel I pick like one or the other, I'm not picking the right parent. Or, I mean, it's a whole ordeal that I think nowadays it's not as maybe big a question, because a lot of kids are mixed race.
I think it's still a big deal because of the people around them.
Maybe so.
Because it's like anything with race, especially now that race relations is down on the positive and up on the negative again on some level. I don't think people are going to talk so much trash about being mixed race, but it's more about attacking that race, whether you realize that you're connected or not. Like, it's actually funny, so with me watching season 2 of 911, there's an episode that I'm sure you'll remember when there's a protesting a soldier's funeral or whatever it is, and there's a guy who's clearly racist and needs help, and he asked for the one guy to help him that he thought was a white guy who actually had a Spanish last name. And so when he's like, "What is that? Oh, you're Mexican," or whatever. And so that perfect example of a mixed race person, or at least looks mixed race. So, it's this show is actually, I was telling her before the show, Mixed-ish is actually closer to Blackish than Grownish is.
Mm-hmm.
Not to be confused with whatever other ish is going to happen later. Because Grownish focuses more on it has some messy stuff, but it focuses more on their college life, her trying to find adulthood, relationships, her pathway in life and careers and friends and betrayals and that kind of stuff. Where this one, while being funny, is dealing with the issues of the cultures and the races, and Blackish does the same thing, just using funny platforms.
When I feel like too, that's what the kids are going through, but at the same time, the parents in Mixed-ish are dealing with their own things because they've been living like free, happy lives on this commune.
Yeah.
And now they have to come back and figure out how to pay bills. So it's kind of going against their own moral standards of having to conform and work for the man. But
and also getting to see her parents on Blackish, and now I can see younger versions of her parents on Mixed-ish. You see how they kind of act the same, and they still have that same loving relationship, but there's a lot of time the mother will have a little more of a straightforward conversation where the dad's a little hippie-ish about things. Yeah. But he's also more, it's always about, you just got to tell them you love them and this and that, and
yeah.
But first episode's really good. And I've been very impressed lately with a lot of these shows when they cast younger versions, because these kids look like them as
it's
could be them as children.
So fun.
So
anyways, check out Mixed-ish. It's on now.
All right, what else you got?
Yesterday we also watched the premiere of a brand new show.
Trouble seems so far away.
That's pretty, baby. A new show.
And yesterday came on a Blu-ray today.
Did it?
Not yesterday, but today.
Yeah, because it's Tuesday.
So check it out. A review for it on our website at
HollywoodMatrimony.com.
I wrote that.
We watched a new show
that was off the cuff.
That just premiered on Fox, The Prodigal Son.
And it has returned for its first season.
Interesting. It stars who?
Michael Sheen.
Who is the werewolf from...
Fool has done so many things. He's been nominated for Academy Awards and everything else, and you still make him Lucian.
He's Lucian from Underworld 1, 2, and 3.
Somebody, it was funny. You say that somebody posted a picture of him, And I guess they didn't realize he played Lucian in
Oh,
Underworld
he's so good.
because in Underworld he looks like Rob Zombie.
Yeah, a little bit.
And he has what I call the Robert Englund complex. Whereas Freddy Krueger, you think this badass, tough, crazy thing, and then you see Robert Englund, he's kind of this nerdy looking guy. And somebody posted a picture, and it was Michael Sheen from something with like this sweater vest and his little curly hair and his beard or whatever it was, or maybe without the beard. And they said, "What the hell?" And I had a picture of Lucian. It says, "This guy is this guy." I just learned that today. What the hell?
Yeah, maybe it was I know. Didn't he win for Frost Nixon? Or
I don't know if he won. I know he got nominated.
And then he was on Masters of Sex, and I mean, he's done a lot of stuff.
He banged Kate Beckinsale.
Yeah, for a while.
They had kids together.
Yeah, and then she went to somebody else.
The director of Underworld.
Yeah. Well,
which is what was weird.
If he had stayed in the Underworld makeup, she would have stayed with him.
Well, I think
he looked pretty cool back in the Underworld.
I don't know if it was during Underworld that all that went down, or if it was because remember he came back and did more of the movies. Same universe.
Oh, is he in Good Omens too?
Yeah.
Oh, he's very busy.
He is very much so.
So, anyways, yeah, I thought this was a great show. So, as you gather from the preview, Michael Sheen is some sort of a serial killer. His son,
the surgeon.
His son grows up.
The surgeon from Sturgis
grows up to actually be like a profiler of killers, which is amazing.
Because he's crazy.
Yeah, a little bit. He's. I don't think he's crazy. I think he's affected.
I think he's batshit crazy too.
Oh Lord, who knows? So it's interesting so far. Just the first season, there's a lot, and I do like when Michael Sheen gives you that creepy smile that he does.
Why are you hitting me?
With his little piggy button nose, and he's like,
you gave him a laugh that he doesn't even have. What is that?
That's what he looks
like.
That's
not how Michael Sheen laughs.
No, but that's what he looks like. He's like. Go check it out. The Prodigal Son on Fox Now or on Hulu too. I love Hulu.
Do your Michael Sheen laugh again? Why does he sound like a super?
He doesn't sound like that at all.
No, never.
No.
My wife is known for horrible impressions. If you've never seen any of her impressions before,
no, but I'm telling you,
hold on.
That's what it looks like.
Wheel of Impressions. All right. Okay, I'm going to give you an actor or actress, and you're going to do an impression of them.
Okay.
All right, so let's go ahead and kick this start off again with one more time. The Michael Sheen laugh.
He doesn't laugh like
it's too late.
But that's
do
what
it.
It looks like. He's like.
Okay. I'm going to give you, that's not even an actor. I'm going to just give you a nationality. Okay? I want you to tell me somebody that's Irish.
Liam Neeson.
No, I want you to do an Irish accent, dummy.
I'm Liam Neeson. You're going to be taken last name.
I want you to do Nicole Kidman in her native Australian language. Like, accent, I mean.
They sound kind of British. Let me think.
What?
I'm from Australia, mate. Let's put some shrimp on the barbie. And nobody says that there, by the way.
My God. Let's move on.
Okay.
All
right, next.
One of our favorite new sitcoms that debuted last season returned last night as well. And she was super excited. And then we couldn't watch it last night. We had to wait for it to pop on Hulu and everything to show up tonight, which is The Neighborhood.
Welcome to the block. Welcome to the neighborhood. Welcome to the hood.
Yes,
that's how the song
That is the theme song to the show.
That's the whole song.
And she does the weird shoulder thing every single time, except for once last night. I was very sad about this.
I was tired.
So the show stars Cedric the Entertainer, and I forgot the other kid's name.
Max Greenfield.
Max Greenfield from.
How many of you will know from Who's That Girl?
New Girl.
It's just.
He was New Girl. He was on Veronica Mars.
Yes.
As the police officer, he's done a lot of stuff. He did a great movie with Sally Field. I don't know if you ever saw that movie.
Yes, I did. Where she's having the daydreams about
it? Yes.
Such a good
such
movie.
A great movie. We'll figure out pull that name
I'll
of the movie.
in a minute.
So anyway, it's about the whole premise of the show, at least with the first season, it still kind of carries over, is about a white family that moved next door to a black family and kind of a black neighborhood of sorts. And then their family drama and comedy and normal sitcom life kicks in. So
yeah. So
why is it that you like this show so much? This seems like a show that you would probably annoy you.
Really?
So I'm surprised how much you enjoy it.
Well, that doesn't seem fair.
No, because you've gotten, especially over the last couple of years, you've gotten really picky with your comedy. Like you don't think anything is funny anymore.
I don't think anything's funny anymore for some reason.
And so it baffles me when we watch something and all of a sudden you'll laugh. It's like if I just found my long lost mother for the first time. I'm like, my mother's not lost, but she was. I found her. But it's like you'll discover somewhere, you'll laugh, and it's like this magical sound. Because I'm watching something I think is hilarious, and there's no sound over there. I look over, she's on her phone, or she's on her computer, or she's talking to her cat. Everything's with your hands. Married couple, it's okay. Just don't tell my wife. But then all of a sudden you go, ha ha!
It gets me.
And that's how she laughs.
Something will get me.
Ha
Well, something gets me. But I love The Neighborhood. I think it's a clever show. I think it's also dealing with the topic of white people and black people. But what I like about it is it's not like a black family moving into a white neighborhood. It's a white family that's out of place moving into a black neighborhood. So it's a little bit of a reversal. And
white man's burden.
How they don't understand that it's even a thing. And people are trying like, this is a thing. And y'all don't get it.
Even though a white man's burden is.
No.
It's a great movie starring John Travolta and Sidney Poitier.
Oh.
Where the world is reversed.
Yeah. Oh, that sounds like
the
a
black people
movie.
are the power
Majority.
people and the white people are the poor and
oh, I'd love to
whatever.
see it. Well, but it's interesting
we have it.
because
it's up here somewhere.
If you saw our show the other day when we talked about the documentary with Chelsea Handler.
Oh yeah, there's been all kinds of backlash.
Hey, white people. Has there been?
Yeah.
Well, but that's the point of this show too, is that white people sometimes don't even understand what they're doing, and that sometimes it is considered like a little bit racist or even microaggressions, and they don't get it because it doesn't necessarily affect. I'm not going to say you, but like white people in general, you may not think
really affect me.
You may not think white privilege exists because it doesn't affect you.
I'm as white as they come.
But you don't understand it is affecting everyone else around you.
Just because I'm my soul is all about the hip hop and.
I know.
And my culture is all about everything but white people.
I know. Your
still
stomach,
white people.
Your stomach is like a Mexican man's stomach.
I'm still a white person.
I know, on the outside.
Still got to suffer. I still get the management positions.
Yep. Anyway, so.
Although, if you want to hear a really funny race-related story, I was just telling this to someone else. With the jokes of I have a running joke I would always say that, you know, that when I just say this like to people I know that we're talking about stuff. And they'll throw out like white jokes about, well, you know, you didn't have to mow the lawns or you didn't have to do this and this. And, you know, I know because we were always management, you know, that kind of thing. But the funny story is her dad had surgery or hurt himself or something while we were dating. And so I went over there to be nice to mow the lawn. And while I'm mowing the lawn, I'm walking through the grass and I glance over, her mom are standing on the porch watching me mow the lawn like it is the proudest day of their life because they got the gringo mowing the lawn for them, and they're judging me as I walk back and forth mowing that lawn like only a white man can. And then a wheel fell off the lawnmower, and now I got a 3-wheeled lawnmower that I'm rolling. And let me tell you something: I mowed that entire lawn with that 3 wheels. I grabbed it like this and like this, so I balanced it up so that one wheel. I was like Pippi Longstocking riding a bicycle with no wheels. I was pushing that sucker, and I finished mowing it. And then at the end of it, I'm like, man, the lawnmower's all jacked up. She goes, oh yeah, that wheel breaks off all the time. My dad just keeps welding it back on. So that's always been a funny story.
That's
because
good times, babe.
But I wish I had a picture of the look on y'all's faces. Like I'm not kidding. This wasn't just like he's so sweet. Like normally you would think
to me.
Well, that's what you would think. That in her face you'd be like, he's such a great guy. He's mowing the lawn for my dad. He's being helpful. Look, with 3 wheels. And her mom would be like, he's such a good man. I'm so glad my daughter dates him. He's over here helping somebody out that he doesn't need to with that 3-wheeled lawnmower. And I see 2 faces of going, ha ha, Whitey. That's exactly what they had on their face. That is exactly what was on their face.
These are lies.
No.
Lies.
Lice.
Lice.
She has lice.
Anyways, okay, next show.
I don't have another show.
We also started watching American Horror Story 1984, which so far I'm not super impressed with because it just seems like your average.
Well, it's just gonna be a slasher thing. It's all it is gonna be. Which made me more excited to watch it because I love all that stuff. But I think they were going so overboard to slap you with the 80s.
It's kind of
getting distracting. Well, it wasn't even that. To me, it was getting more distracting and becoming silly.
Yeah.
Which, if that's how the vibe goes, the whole thing, I can deal with it as long as I know that's what they're going for. Yeah, and I think
it is campy right now, and they're at a summer camp.
So we'll see what it works out. I'll probably stick with it.
It's very Crystal Lake ripoff. So.
I haven't watched a full season of American Horror Story in a while. I watched the first 3 completely through. I didn't watch the Coven one at all.
Yeah, we skipped the one in the hotel.
I did watch the Carnival one, which I really liked.
Yes, I did not.
Then I didn't watch Apocalypse or the hotel one, but then we did watch Roanoke.
We watched Roanoke, which I liked.
I enjoyed. A lot of people hated that one. Really? I liked that one.
I liked it because it was rooted in something.
But it was also more of a found footage one, I think, and I think a lot of people didn't like that. So anyway,
can't make everyone happy.
Nope. So let's move on. We'll talk about a little bit of news. Not too much because we would have been.
Real quick, this is the movie.
Hello, my name is Doris. That's the Sally Field movie. I believe she was nominated for an Academy Award for that movie too. Sally Field and
Max Greenfield. You need to watch it. It's just random movie. Side note.
It's a great movie. But talk about just some quick news. It's just like 3 or 4 little quick things. Went longer than normal today. One, they dropped the new trailer for El Camino, the Breaking Bad movie. It is right on our website at
HollywoodMatrimony.com.
And it's basically, they said it's picking up, I think, like hours after the season finale of Breaking Bad, following Jesse Pinkman, and kind of go from there. If you've never seen Breaking Bad, I don't want to spoil the ending for it, but I'm looking forward to that. It's hitting Netflix in October. They made a couple of announcements. One's a rumor announcement. One's an actual announcement. Not announcement, but development. One I told you about. They like to reboot new TV shows, and so one rumor. I don't know how accurate this rumor is. I don't know if it's something that's actually developed or somebody's just talking about it, but they've talked about remaking the show The Nanny with Cardi B, which that show was awful anyway.
I don't know, man.
She loves that stupid show. I cannot
I love The Nanny. I don't know if I can deal with Cardi B as The Nanny.
And this is exactly the same feeling I have about this other news, which they've talked about. They're rebooting Walker, Texas Ranger without Chuck Norris, which is already a stupid decision. But it's with Jared Padalecki from Supernatural and starring in it, and I'm just like, what? No.
I know.
And don't get me wrong, I liked the guy. I'm a Supernatural fan. I liked him in I think it was the Friday 13th reboot he did. I think he was on Gilmore Girls. But I didn't watch that. Was he whiny on Gilmore Girls?
He was whiny on Gilmore Girls.
I think that's just his acting style. I don't think he's a bad actor or anything. I don't think
he just is not a rugged man.
He's an emotional man.
He's not a rugged, hard man.
And anything, if you're going to make something about, like, first of all, you can't replace Chuck Norris, ever.
No, I don't think that was the intent.
No, but I think right now, the show is tentatively titled Walker. But even as a Texas Ranger, like, Texas Rangers are the one of those police force type things where that were always looked at as like the badasses, right? They're like special forces of police, Now I don't know if that's accurately describing them, but that's how I always saw them. Like anytime you did a Western and you wanted the baddest ass cowboys, cops out there, it was going to be the Texas Rangers. You have Chuck Norris shows up in Lone Wolf McQuade, easily one of the best Chuck Norris movies ever made. He's a Texas Ranger. Then he did Walker, Texas Ranger, and he submitted the fact that he is the greatest Texas Ranger of all time. True life or otherwise. But then you also hear like real life stories of Texas Rangers taking people out and whooping people's asses and things like that. So
you don't think Jared
Padalecki is not the person I think of right away. Ironically enough, who did I tell you the other day I think should have played him if we were going with supernatural people?
Oh, who did you tell me? You just told me and I don't remember. We went through so many names.
Yeah, we were just naming people.
And I was like, well, what about this guy? Who?
Jim Beaver is who I said that should who plays Bobby.
Bobby Singer.
So he's the one I said if they should get anybody for Supernatural, it should have been Bobby Singer. He tweeted, Jim Beaver himself tweeted something like, I fought forever trying to get on that Walker, Texas Ranger show, and this son of a bitch, it wasn't that phrase, but something like that.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, see, even he knows he should have been on Walker. So I don't know. I don't know if the show's going to happen. I'm going to definitely give it a shot. Because, like I said, I am a fan from Supernatural. I thought the Lethal Weapon series was going to tank and be a horrible, horrible show. It ended up being a great show. Sadly, with all the inner working and drama and turmoil and mix-ups, despite season 3 still being really good with Sean William Scott, they canceled it, so that bummed me out. So moving on. We've got the big. This will be probably my last piece of news for tonight, just because it's late. But with the big Arrow crossover stuff we've been talking about,
it's so big.
Arrow, Flash, all of them, they cast and all these people. It's been officially announced that Michael Rosenbaum is not returning as Lex Luthor. He came out and said that he appreciated it, but they didn't have like a script or a time or wasn't a lot of money thing, and it was just there was too many variables that it just didn't seem feasible for him to work, so he turned it down.
That's
but
bad.
What they did announce is apparently, because this season is the final season of Arrow. I know you haven't watched it, so I'm gonna try to say this without spoiling anything.
Yes, you can go ahead.
The show, well, I'm not gonna spoil anything for anybody, but the show has shifted, and I don't remember if it was in the middle of this last season or season before, but it went away from flashbacks and started flashing forward, right? So we started meeting them as older people. We also started seeing them as some of their kids grown up, that kind of thing, right? So that was an ongoing play thing in the last season.
That's cool. I haven't seen that.
So they've announced that there's a spin-off series from Arrow in the works, possibly, called Canaries. And it follows one of the characters. It's a newer character. I don't want to tell you because it would spoil who the character is. But also brings back Katie Cassidy and, was it Juliana Harkey or whatever? They're the two people that play Black Canary on the show now. I believe the Hispanic lady, I think she's Hispanic. Maybe she's not. The cop is the new Black Canary.
Yeah, I think so.
And then there's, Katie Cassidy, who was the original Black Canary, and then she died, and then the other one from the other whatever came. Yeah. So supposedly those two are going to be things. So it'd have to be a futuristic show based on it, the other person that's in it. But I believe during this final season, there may be like an episode that's like a backdoor pilot. There's been talk about. So we'll see if it even happens. It could end up being like the Supernatural show that was going to be the 3 girls that didn't make it.
Yeah.
So they never did the spinoff show. And Supernatural fixing to be back for its final season.
I'm getting all caught up on last season. Oh my gosh.
And the big crossover with Arrow Universe 2 is also going to be for the first time. We'll start seeing some of the Black Lightning Universe characters will be popping over.
Cool.
Because so far it's been its own thing.
Yeah.
So they'll bring over, and of course Batwoman's coming and whatnot. So
very cool.
Anyway, that's pretty much it for today. Apologize we didn't get to Jim Cotta again, but someday we will. I think there's going to be a lot more stuff talking about next week because there's a lot of new shows.
A lot of new shows coming out this week, so we'll get caught up and we'll let you know what's out there.
There was some stuff coming to an end while new stuff is hitting, so we'll see. Sure enough, we'll see what happens. Somebody said, "Who's the master?" So yeah, you have to. It's law that you have to say "show enough" if somebody says, "Who's the master?" What's that from?
From The Power of the Glow.
What movie, fool? Huh? What's the name of the movie, fool?
I don't remember.
We run a martial arts movie Monday show, and you don't know the name.
I'm sorry. I'm over here singing the song, and it makes me want to go get some best.
And you always, okay, hold on.
Football pads.
Let's shift back. You don't talk about show enough.
I was showing up for Halloween.
You were. Let's shift back then. Back to your impressions.
And you were Leroy.
No, I wasn't. I was just a Kung Fu master, but it wasn't even the same year.
Yes, it was. We did a tag team.
Oh, I reprised the Kung Fu Master. Because I did a Kung Fu Master the year prior to that. But you're right. I had my glow.
Because I sewed glow on you.
I did. She is correct. I stand corrected. I had a Kung Fu uniform that she put together.
And I got you the hat.
I had the little Asian hat that he wore in the theater.
And I sewed.
And neon lights.
So
I could do like this. And yellow on me and red on her. So we do the pose and we both had the glow. And then I kicked her ass.
Okay.
So before we leave, though, for everybody's special little thing for this show today, so she did the somebody
what?
Somebody was like they were like, what? You don't know the name of it? And they goes, it's The Last Dragon, Dora.
Oh yeah, it is. Thank you.
So
you don't know I don't remember. I know who it is.
One last impression.
Lord.
Sing The Power of the Glow song like you sing it.
You are the last dragon, and you possess the power of the glow.
It's actually got a little bit better than it used to be.
Thank you.
Usually she was trying to figure out, because despite what you just heard, she could actually sing very well. she's actually famous in Mexico. You are.
Thank you.
Are you not?
Yeah, I guess so.
I thought did you lie to me? This whole time I've been telling people she's famous in Mexico. And we didn't see Dime 1. And now I'm finding out my entire life is a lie. You know how many people I got to send apology messages to?
You're so funny.
I was like, this Maria Cachita Alonso over here didn't know nothing. She sings Jesus music in Espanol, and she's got like 3 albums out. Her family's like the Mexican Partridge Family.
That is true.
Her dad's on keyboards, her mom's on backup vocals, her brother's on the bass, she's up in the front.
That is all.
Nunca, 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 and whatever she's singing. And she's on the cover of all the albums. Your first album, the red cover album, it's like horrible. Right up on her face. She's like,
it's horrible. I look like a witch.
Her face, because if you notice, if y'all have never noticed this about my wife, I love her to death, but she's like lips and the rest of her face. Just smile. Look how big this sucker is. So this, if you can like pull this lip up over her head and make her swallow. So that first album cover is just lips. It's just her face. She had big ass eyes, lips. She's a very attractive young lady. She's mine, gentlemen. All mine.
Can we wrap the show up, babe? You're taking too much time.
I apologize. I spent some time complimenting your funky looking butt.
We were trying to move on.
Anyway, we weren't trying to move on. Another thing we're thinking about doing, adding a segment to the show maybe next week. We didn't really have it planned out yet because we just started talking about it. Somebody said, easy, Dora.
Why am I Dora?
Because you exploring.
No, I'm Shakira.
So what we're thinking about adding is, and other people, this is not a fully original idea, but because of our conversation we had today, we're thinking about adding a cast this type segment where we're going to pick a show or a character or a movie, and then we'll put it out to the people and tell us who you think would be cast, and then maybe we'll come back the following week and we'll give who we think should be cast, and we can discuss it on top of that. So we'll see what happens. There's other people.
We're going to do a poll because
there's other websites that do similar stuff, so it's not like it's an original thing. But when we were talking about Walker, we said we should just do it on the show.
Yeah, we'll start a Facebook poll at least for this Walker Texas Ranger thing.
Yeah.
Because I know you're not happy about Jared.
I'm not happy or unhappy. I don't see it.
We need a rugged man.
You need me.
We need someone rugged.
Bobby, Texas Ranger. That is the dumbest name I've ever heard. I kick on the door, Bobby, Texas Ranger, and they'll be like, Bobby, go back to your room, Bobby. Anyway, thank y'all for watching. Don't forget, you got to do your plug first.
Thank you for watching. Make sure you check out our website, HollywoodMatrimony.com. Please check it every day because this man works really hard on that website. Also, don't forget to go up to the top and click on the contest button. Thank you for watching us on the YouTube. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, and the Twitter.
Was that it?
That was it.
All right, and don't forget to show back up here on Thursday for another weekly update where I'll go through the various trailers and news and movie world of the stuff I want to tell you about. If I don't tell you about it, it's probably not that important, or you can go find it yourself otherwise. At some point, I'm going to jump back on, and I'll probably throw in an all-new episode of What's on My Desk and Mine, which I haven't done in a little bit because of our trip and different things going on. And then join us Sunday for an all-new episode of Hollywood Matrimony Live. We'll be right here on this YouTube channel, as well as over there, that Facebook channel that she talked about is so glorious that I'd like to say that she takes care of. She don't do that either. I do everything. So, but then you can circle back here for an all-new episode of Martial Arts Movie Monday, this coming Monday, and then right back here on Tuesdays for TV Tuesdays on our late night episodes now, because this is when our normal episodes will be roundabout. Some nights it might be a little bit earlier, but we had to have our fish sticks first.
Yummy.
So make sure you hit the subscribe button below, jump up here, hit the orb with another subscribe button if it shows up later on, and jump over here to watch whatever's up here. We thank you for watching, and you will now be known as Dora on the show from now on.
Fine.
So from me, Dio, my lovely wife Dora, we'll explore and find you next time.
Bye.